Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had 2 directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis.
Hey guys, it's James with TheChartGuys. It's Thursday, April 6th. Going to do my nightly video on gold. After this big move yesterday, after the FOMC minutes, we've had some consolidation pullback here. And what you can see is that this was previous resistance that we broke above, and said ideally we'd want to consolidate above it. But once we broke below this price support, you can see that we've had some more downside, and we've rejected a lot of candles above it. So if you draw a line here, basically you can draw this line here on the hourly, like that. And you can see once we lost it here, these back tests rejected here. And now we have this price support here at the high of 1252.40. We back tested it, bounced from there. And so tomorrow what we want to see on the hourly chart as we open up tomorrow is we want to stay above this, below this candle of 1251.30. If we break below 1251.30, then we could potentially have further downside and test the lows of this candle here. So the next support would be below here, which lines up closely to the high of this candle here of 1251.10, and then the lows of this candle of 1245.90 and then 1254.40. But really we want to hold the low of this candle here. And so we want to consolidate above this and start moving up. Now you can see we've rejected this hourly all day here, or the 20 MA, and we've held the 200 MA here pretty much all day. We're close to losing it here. So again, if we lose this level, we need to hold this level here on the hourly. And on the daily chart, you can see that we're still rejecting the daily right under the 200 MA. And what we need to do again is break above that 200 MA. I said that if we lost the high of this candle yesterday, that we were going to have to start testing all those hourly supports, which we did. We're still back testing the 80 MA here on daily and holding. So bulls need to get above the high of this candle of 1263.70 and then break above 1264.90, close above this 200 MA that I keep repeating. Bears really want to see a break of the 1245.40 and then a break of this low here of 1241.50. And if you look at the pattern that we're forming right now, we're kind of in a equilibrium pattern. So we had this big move up, we set a higher low from this low, and we're setting a lower high. So we're in a higher low, lower high pattern. And so we'll see how that plays out on the 4-hour chart. As far as the weekly goes, I keep mentioning the 50 MA as well on the weekly, and we really need to get above that 50 MA. And we're rejecting right there. And it's pretty much a crucial week here for gold because we're testing this 50 MA again. And if you look at the US dollar that I showed yesterday on the weekly chart, the US dollar here is still testing this downtrend line. We're back at it, testing it again on this weekly. And with the non-farm payrolls tomorrow, we'll see what happens. It could be an explosive day where either dollar breaks out above this trend and gold rejects hard at that 50 MA weekly and we have a lot of downside, or we could see the dollar reject here and then gold break through that 50 MA weekly finally. And the US dollar Japanese yen finally on the daily. We've been moving on this channel here. Currently this daily's been moving in this channel. Bounced off the bottom here a couple times, and we're really in no man's land here, as you can see on the US dollar Japanese yen. So we'll see how that weekly resistance on gold and the weekly resistance downtrend line on the US dollar plays out. Maybe we'll get some kind of inclination of where we're going to move in the future with the non-farm payrolls coming out tomorrow. As far as the miners go, first with the senior miners, again, we did regain this 50 MA that rejected so many times. And senior miners had a stronger close than junior miners. It finished green. So we did hold this 50 MA again. So that's 3 holds of the 50 MA on the daily now. And we want to break above yesterday's high here tomorrow if we have good reaction to the non-farm payrolls of 2366. Our supports are the low of today of 2325, and then break of 2302, and we're going to head back down and retest this 20 MA and the lows of these candles. So that's what to watch for on the senior miners. As far as the junior miners go, junior miners a little bit weaker. We are creating an inside candle here. Inside candle again, and the high and low is within the range of the high and low of the previous candle. We're just basically in an indecision area with the senior miners. Bulls and bears can't really decide here. So the bull breaks would be obviously the high of yesterday. We need to set a higher high, and so this is the higher high here of 37.13. We need to break that, and then I keep mentioning this level here of 37.25. That to me would be a pretty key break to retest this 50 MA here, because we've been setting lower highs, high, lower high, lower high, another lower high here. So we need to break above the high here of 37.13 and then break above the high of 37.25. So early on, you want to see a break of today's high and then test the high here. And the support's obviously going to be the low of today on this doji of 36.33, and then this low here of 35.85. Bulls will regain control. I'm sorry, bears will regain control if we break under the low of this candle of 35.18. So tomorrow again is non-farm payrolls, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. We could finally get that direction that we need with so many weekly resistances testing on the dollar and the gold charts. So have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.